Hi, welcome to NVIDIA AI Summit. Myself and Soham are here, and we are talking to some amazing entrepreneurs who are building AI solutions out of India. And today with me, I have Shubham Arora. And Shubham is working with SarvamAI, and he's here to tell us about how SarvamAI and the team are kind of changing the AI landscape in India. Shubham, it's so great to have you here. First of all, I would like to understand, according to you and the Sarvam team, what's the AI opportunity in India look like? And if you could share some of your observation, our users, our listeners would really love to kind of understand that.
So I think everybody knows about the two India stories. There is India and there is 90% that is Bharat. And India's experience of customers, consumers, citizens across the web, enterprise, and DPI is broken. And if the government enterprises applications need to reach Bharat, somebody will have to reach them in a language that they speak with a modality that is comfortable to them at the intellectual level that they operate at. So somebody needs to build these things. And with the capabilities that are unlocked with GenAI, I think this is possible now. So what if, let's say, the experience of search across the enterprise's web and DPI is fixed? I think India will be much better off. And I think the opportunity, it's difficult to put a number at it, but I think the opportunity has many zeros in it.
Yeah, I think there's massive potential kind of for us to relook at or reimagine AI, which is for Indian. And I really like how you kind of have broken down two sets of like divide we have. Correct? Lovely. Super, super nice to see that. How Sarvam is kind of playing role in this and how Sarvam is bridging this divide, or how Sarvam is kind of catering to both of these users out of it. I've seen, of course, kind of the news and the medias that keeps writing about, talking about some of the innovation the company is doing. But what does it from an inside it looks like? If you could tell us more about it.
So Sarvam is a foundationally different company. At the top of the stack, what we want and how we think India will consume AI is, let's say, maybe Bharat will consume agents. Right? These could be voice first, multilingual, and colloquially multilingual. So they'll speak in a way that you and I speak. Maybe there's a word of Punjabi and Kannada dropped here and there in our English, right? So I think Bharat would probably be better off with agents. The other thing at the top of the stack that I think will benefit India a lot is co-pilots or experts. So we're talking about, say, a law expert, an expert for a legislator, an expert for a jurist, an expert for an accountant, which will help white-collar knowledge workers, sometimes very senior, deliver multiple orders of benefits on their productivity. And how this top of the stack comes to life and delivers an intelligent, human-like, empathetic experience to consumers, customers, and users is with all of the research that has been happening over the last 4 or 5 years between AI for Bharat, the open source community, Sarvam, IIT Madras. All of these places have contributed to a lot of fundamental research, right from starting from, let's say, gathering the largest repository of data in Indic languages, which is native, sovereign to India. Of course, the language data sets that are available today are not enough. So we have to, because we understand a lot of the patterns in this data, we were able to generate a ton of synthetic data to be able to train LLMs. The other research that has gone in making these experiences more human-like, more empathetic, more crisp, snappy, fast, is a ton of research that has gone in at the infrastructure layer. So the research around marriage of ML and infrastructure, around inferencing and training efficiency, around distributed machine learning, around network design, system design to deliver, when multiple disparate systems talk to each other, how do they process something like a human brain does, right? And then at the next layer of the stack, there is a bunch of models that we've built out, right? So far, I think we've released 4 models to the market. Just yesterday, we released something for Infosys. 3 open source models, 3 proprietary models behind the scenes that are fundamentally frugal. So let's say a 2 billion parameter model, probably trained on 4 trillion tokens, with the best in class tokenizer. So these metrics do not let these metrics set in, because there's like fundamental research that has gone in to make the tokenizer more efficient, right? And of course, just the LLM, nobody eats an LLM. You consume an LLM with maybe a speech, maybe a text, some sort of modality in which a human thinks and understands, right? So a whole bunch of models on speech recognition, text to speech, document parsing, stuff of that order, all built grounds up from a GenAI first mindset. So they're not your old school deep learning things. So all layers of the stacks, the data, the infrastructure, the models, and then the top of the stack is the application come together to deliver that human-like empathetic experience. So I think we're just getting started. Of course, as of today, we are here with 11 languages. So that is 11 English plus 10 Indic languages. That is Hindi, Punjabi, and a bunch of all coastal languages from Gujarati to Bengali. We are at it in building more Indian languages. The next milestone to look out for is the 22 official languages, and then maybe we'll probably figure out, the finer languages that are sprinkled across India.
Fascinating. Yeah, I'm just kind of super impressed with the speed and also efficiency Sarvam AI is able to kind of build India specific AI models. I think it's commendable. Last question for you, Shubham, is that how somebody can get started with Sarvam AI, correct? Is there a place that you recommend them? Are there GitHub examples or kind of go that people can kind of go and have a look at it? Could you kind of tell us more about how somebody can get started with Sarvam AI?
Yes, absolutely. So a bunch of LLMs that we've produced are open source. So we released Sarvam 1 yesterday, again open source. We believe that we may not be able to serve the scale of India and Bharat. So we want to enable everybody else who's has the ability, the networks, and the will to build for India and Bharat. So all these LLMs are open source. If people would like to consume model APIs, they're available on the website. The documentation is quite self-explanatory. But in case people get stuck, always happy to get on a call and help other builders figure stuff out. We may not be, closest to all the problems that are there in India. We're working with a bunch of people who are solving quite interesting problems, right? From, let's say, recruiting delivery agents, maybe, to customer support, sales of all sorts. At every point in the customer service journey, we also have two citizen engagement solutions live, one with Ministry of Skill Development and UIDAI. Again, the work that we did with UIDI is also open source. So a bunch of open source stuff that people can get going with. And if people would like to really build population scale agents and population scale co-pilots, always happy to get on a call with and help figure things out with them.
Shubham, thank you for your time. It's a pleasure to have you on our show, and good luck with Sarvam AI and your team.